Okay, what other questions besides 21? Anything, Courtney? Number 10. Okay. Alright, we have y plus 2y plus 3 minus y is equal to negative 37. Okay? So there are no parentheses, so we don't have to worry about distributive property, but we do have like terms. This is an understood 1y. So we're going to say 1y plus 2y gives us what? 3y. But then we have to subtract this understood negative 1y, don't we? So 3y minus 1y is going to leave me with what? 2y. Okay? So all of this, adding all these y's together, leaves me with 2y. And then I'm just going to bring down the plus 3. Now, a little easier way to do this problem is, wouldn't 1y and negative 1y be opposites? And 1 plus negative 1 gives us 0, right? So they really just add to give 0, or you can say they cancel out if they're opposites like that. But they have to be opposites. They can't be the same sign. One has to be positive, one has to be a minus in order for you to do that. So you can either add it in the way that you see it, like I did. I said 1y plus 2y is 3y, and then I subtracted the 1y to get 2y. Or if you notice that you have opposites, you can cancel them out or add them to give 0. Does that make sense? Okay. So then to finish this up, we're going to subtract 3. We get 2y is equal to, what do we do here? Add or subtract? Add. When the signs are alike, you add and keep the sign. And then divide by 2. And here, am I going to get a positive or a negative as my answer?
Negative.
Right, negative 20. Okay. All right, anybody else need to see one of these on pages 18 and 19? All right, Courtney? 24. Waiting for my little circle of death to stop spinning. Okay, 24. All right, we have the Fahrenheit formula. Fahrenheit equals 9/5 C plus 32. They tell us to find out what C is if the Fahrenheit temperature is 104 degrees. So I'm going to put 104 in the place of F. Okay. Now if you want to turn this around, you can. You can put 9/5 C on the left side plus 32. Notice I didn't change the order of this when I moved it over here, though. Some of you like to change the order. Don't change the order, especially if you have minuses up in there, because it would make a big difference. Okay? And then to get C by itself, we're going to subtract 32. So we have 9/5 C is equal to 72. And how do you get rid of a fraction when you're multiplying it times a variable?
Reciprocal.
Right, use the reciprocal, 5/9 on both sides. Okay, now if I multiply here, if I put this over 1 and I multiply across the top and the bottom, I'm going to get a big number. But you can do that. You can say 72 times 5. And figure out what that is. And then, so this right here is going to give me 360 over bottom times bottom, which is 9. And then you can divide 9 into 360. You can do it this way if you want to. 9 into 36 is 4. And right here, 9 into 0 is 0. Okay? So it divides evenly and you get 40 degrees Celsius. Okay? what I think is a little bit easier is notice that you have a number on the bottom that will divide evenly into the top. So you can say 9 into 9 is 1, and then 9 into 72 will go 8, and then 8 times 5 is 40 over 1. So you would get the same thing either way. Okay? But if you learn to cancel out a number on the bottom with a number on the top, it'll make your numbers a little bit smaller, and that arithmetic won't be so bad. Okay? Anybody else on pages 18 and 19? Anybody? All right, let's look at page 20. Page 20. Y'all hang with me. I know it's a lot of work to go over because I was out. Okay, here are your answers to page 20. Okay, so check these. All right, number 1 is 5. Number 2 is 11. Number 3 is negative 8. Number 4 is 10. Number 5 is negative 1. Number 6 is 21. Number 7 is negative 9. Number 8 is negative 5. Number 9 is 11. Number 10 is 5. Number 11 is negative 9 halves, or negative 4 1/2, or negative 4.5. Number 12 is negative 3. Number 13 is $35. Number 14 is negative 22. Number 15, L is 50. Number 16, you get 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And number 17, you get that the height is 6. Okay. So what is on that page that you want to see worked out? That was the classwork that you had with the substitute on Friday. Okay, so number 17, we have volume is equal to length times width times height. We're told that the volume is 72, and the length is 2/3, and that the width is 18. So we have to figure out what h is. So we're going to plug everything in here. 72 in the place of V. My length times width times height. So my length is 2/3 times my width is 18. And I don't know the height. Okay, so I need to simplify this part right here. I need to figure out what is 2/3 times 18 over 1. And again, you can always come over here and do this. You can say top times top, bottom times bottom, and figure out that it's 12. But a little easier method is to say that 3 divides into 18 9 times. And did I totally get that wrong right there? No, I did. 3 won't go into 18 9 times. 3 goes into 18 how many times? 6. Y'all knew better than to let me make that mistake. There we go. So you get, either way, you get 12, because 2 times 6 will give you 12 over 1, right? Okay. But learning to cancel out like that again makes your arithmetic a little bit easier. So we get 12 times h, and then to figure out what h is, we're going to divide each side by 12. So h is 6. Okay. All right. Page 21. Page 21, and then I'm going to let you finish that quizzes assignment so that you can practice for your test that you have tomorrow. Okay, page 21. Number 1 is 4. Number 2 is -3. Number 3 is 10. Number 4 is -2. Number 5 is 5. Now I know when I walked around and checked, some of you didn't do this. You can still write down the right answer. So you'll have some problems to practice to study by tonight for your homework. So number 6 is 8. Number 7 is -1. Number 8 is -7. Number 9 is 3. Number 10 is 6. Number 11 is 2. Number 12 is -4. Number 13 is -6. Number 14 is 40. And when you solve the puzzle, the answer would be small, medium, at, large. Okay? And that's the answer to your riddle, what were the headlines? After a 3-foot, 10-inch fortune teller escaped from jail. Y'all know that a fortune teller is sometimes called a medium? Y'all watch Long Island Medium, don't you? I don't. Do you really? Ah! Well, you know she's like a fortune teller or whatever, so yeah. Okay. All right, are there any up there that you want to see worked out? Anybody? Kalani? Number 10. Okay, we have, number 10 is a good one because it has that negative, that plain little negative in front of a set of parentheses. You got a problem like that on your classwork assignment today. Okay? Let me see. When you have just a negative in front of parentheses, then it is an understood -1, and you have to distribute that. All right? So we're going to bring down the 18x because we're not distributing the 18. You distribute whatever the number is in front of parentheses. In this case, it's an understood -1. So -1 times 8x is -8x, and -1 times -7 is +7. Then we get 67. So that does away with our parentheses. Then we have to take care of our like terms. Start with your x's, okay? Follow your addition and subtraction rules here. These signs are different. This is a +18 and a -8. So what do? Add or subtract? Subtract. Keep aside the larger number. It's the same that you learned in first grade. Big number minus little number. 18 minus 8 is just 10, right? Okay. And then we're going to subtract 7. And divide by 10. And x is 6. Alrighty. Anybody else want to see anything on that page worked out real quick? Alright, yeah. Number 9. Okay, this will be the last one, and then I'm going to let you finish that quiz is assignment. Okay. What number are we distributing right here? Right, the -5. That's what we're distributing to both of these, not just the 6b. Okay, so bring down the 22. Distribute, we get -30b plus 5. Okay, -30b is the only term with a variable in it. These don't have variables, but I can combine them together and get what? +27. I knew you meant to say positive. Okay. Subtract 27. So we have -30b equals -90. Divide by -30. B is 3.